What I wanted to demonstrate is motion, but also playing around with color too. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select subject. That's going to bring up our two figures right here, our two main pedestrians. And then what I'm then going to do is going to select inverse. So I'm now selecting everything but them. And what I can then do is I can go to adjustments, and I can go to black and white. I can go to levels, and we can adjust that. All of a sudden, she becomes a point of emphasis within the image. We might actually, because he's wearing such sort of dark and light tones anyway, why don't we just remove him completely? All of a sudden, she becomes the emphasis point. And what we can then do is we can then maybe go to hue and saturation, and we can then maybe increase that. What we might want to emphasize here is the pink. So we can go to the magentas. It's probably the red then if that's the case. And we can just adjust that a little bit. So then she becomes a little bit more of a focal point. And we can then sort of adjust those colors as well. Straight away, she becomes a standout within the image. One way that you can play with that, where you've got that removal of color, but you keep in one section to create a sense of emphasis and contrast to draw people's attention to a point of interest. The other thing, I'll go back now. The other thing I wanted to demonstrate, I'll make it black and white again, is I want to demonstrate a motion blur. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my lasso tool, and I'm going to now go around and sort of select everything at that pedestrian level. I want to keep this clean. I'm doing this really quickly and crudely with the lasso tool. If I was doing this properly for the assessment, I would want to take a little bit more time to get that more exact and zoom in. But I'm just going to do a rough job here. So I've selected everything at that pedestrian level. What I can now do is I might even copy that and then paste that. And so you can paste by, I did the shorthand tool for copy. So now I'm going to paste special. I'm going to click paste into place, which now creates a new layer. So layer 1 is there, layer 0. And all that is, it's that area that we've then selected. What I'm now going to do, I'm going to go to filter, I'm going to go to blur, and I'm going to go to motion blur. And you can sort of see that we're seeing this blurring at street level, while everything above is static and still and crisp. At street level, it is blurred. There's the suggestion of movement is occurring, that it's hectic, that there is a sense of like speed is occurring at that level. So we can sort of obliterate it. So it's so strong that we can't even see it. What's happening is when I pull it out really strong, we can then still see that underlayer as well. I think that's important because what happens is as it gets further and further distorted, you can then lose the edges of it. So for example, I'll do that here. Filter, distort, blur, motion blur. Oh, that's okay. Let's try that. I think that can look quite effective. Again, another way you could approach that imagery. I'm going to go back again. Going to go back to select subject and our figures again. And now what I'm now going to do is... No. Well, I can do that, but I'm going to select inverse. I'm going to click filter, and I'm going to go down to my different effects, down to stylize, and we're going to go to wind. And you can sort of see that effect that it creates. It looks like it's a blast of wind that's occurring. You can sort of see that there. See, everything's getting pulled out and distorted. Again, communicating potentially a sense of movement, but also then what you can then do is we can then, again, crop and zoom in to certain pedestrian areas where it might be a good point of interest. She is static, he is static, but then there is all these distortions that are occurring. We can then push that even further. We'll try to keep her again, so we'll go to select subject. That's remaining. We're going to go to inverse, and then we can go to filter, blur. We can go to motion blur again. You can sort of see that effect that's occurring. What we can also do is we can just blast it again. Just depending on the visual effect that we might want to manipulate and create here. One last thing is I'll touch on color and solarization. That'll be the last video.